Big news for anyone traveling between Canada and Brazil. There's a major change coming to the skies that could make your trips cheaper and easier. Brazil's Civil Aviation Authority, known as ANAC, has just given the green light for Air Transat to start flying to the country. This is a huge deal, and it's got a lot of people talking. Even though you can't book a flight just yet, this official approval opens up a world of possibilities for future travel between the two nations. It means Air Transat now has the legal framework to plan new routes and request airport slots. The excitement is already building among travelers and aviation experts who are wondering what this will mean for international flights. So, who is Air Transat? They're a Canadian airline that's really well known for their leisure travel focus. Think of them as the airline that connects chilly northern cities to sunny, warm vacation spots all over the world. Brazil, with its incredible tourist appeal and a growing number of travelers, fits perfectly into that business model. This isn't their first time in the country either. Air Transat has operated flights to Brazil before, mostly to the northeastern regions. But now, with this fresh approval, it looks like they're ready for a major comeback. Their fleet includes modern Airbus A330 and A321LR jets, which are perfect for long-haul flights. This means new travel options could soon become a reality for thousands of passengers. Of course, the big question on everyone's mind is, which new direct routes can we expect? The most anticipated possibility is a direct flight from Toronto to São Paulo. The demand for this route is already incredibly high, making it the strongest candidate. A connection from Montreal to São Paulo could also be on the table, especially given the large Brazilian community in Quebec. There is also a lot of buzz about potential flights connecting Canadian cities to the iconic city of Rio. These destinations have always been popular for both tourism and business. Air Transat will likely take a close look at seasonal demand before making any final decisions. But the expectations are running high that we could see at least one major route announcement very soon. Now, let's talk about what this means for your wallet. More competition on the Canada-Brazil route is almost certain to bring some very welcome benefits. For years, Air Canada has been the main airline offering direct flights between the two countries, and when one airline dominates a route, fares naturally tend to be higher. The arrival of a second major player like Air Transat almost always shakes things up and leads to lower prices. Air Transat is known for its competitive pricing strategies, which often include special promotions and seasonal discounts. This could mean that travelers finally get to see more affordable fares, especially during off-peak travel times. For many people, this change could make that dream trip to Brazil or that family visit to Canada much less of a financial burden. One group that stands to benefit massively from this development is students. Canada has become one of the top destinations for Brazilian students looking to study abroad. Cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal are home to thousands of international students every year. Air Transat's potential entry into the market means more seats will be available, which is great news for student travel. But here's an even bigger advantage. These flights would be direct, completely avoiding layovers in the United States. This is a game changer because it means students won't need to apply for a U.S. transit visa. That makes the entire journey simpler, cheaper, and way more convenient for students and their families. If these routes become a reality, they could support the growing educational exchange between the two countries for years to come. And it's not just about students. Tourism between Canada and Brazil is also poised for a major boost. Canadians are famous for flying south during the cold winter months to soak up some sun, and Brazil offers everything you could want. Vibrant cities, stunning beaches, and a rich, captivating culture. On the flip side, Brazil is an emerging tourism market, and more Brazilians are looking to explore Canada's incredible natural landscapes and modern cities. Direct flights are a proven way to boost tourism in both directions simply by making it easier and faster to get there. Air Transat specializes in leisure travel, which lines up perfectly with this growing demand. The presence could help diversify and expand the flow of tourists between the two nations, strengthening the connection between them. However, let's keep our excitement in check for a moment. While the approval from ANAC is a fantastic first step, it's important to remember that nothing is set in stone just yet. Getting regulatory approval is just the beginning of a long and complex process. Air Transat now has to do its homework. They need to analyze the financial viability of these potential routes and look at performance forecasts. They also have to secure takeoff and landing slots at some of Brazil's busiest and most competitive airports. Plus, Factors like aircraft availability and seasonal demand will play a huge role in their scheduling decisions. Long-haul flights are a big investment, and airlines need to plan strategically to avoid costly mistakes. Only after all these pieces fall into place can we expect official announcements and start seeing tickets go on sale. There's also a chance that Air Transat might decide to wait. It's not uncommon for airlines to secure approvals well in advance, giving them the option to launch routes when the time is right. Things like economic shifts, changes in the market, or even unexpected fleet shortages could cause delays. But despite these possibilities, most aviation analysts believe the current conditions are very favorable. Travel between Brazil and Canada has been growing at an impressive rate over the past few years. There's a clear demand for more flights, both for leisure and for educational travel, that isn't being fully met right now. This makes the likelihood of new route announcements from Air Transat feel pretty high. If Air Transat does go ahead and launch these new flights, you can bet that Air Canada will respond. That's the beauty of competition. It pushes airlines to step up their game, offering better fares and improved services to win over customers. We might see Air Canada introduce new promotions, enhance their cabin experience, or adjust their flight schedules to stay competitive. Both airlines will be fighting to capture the loyalty of travelers on this busy corridor. This could turn the Canada-Brazil route into one of the most dynamic and exciting aviation markets in the Americas. And for us, the travelers, more competition almost always leads to more choices, more flexibility, and better deals. All eyes are now on what both of these airlines will do next. So, to wrap it all up, the approval from Brazil's aviation authority is a landmark moment for international travel. Air Transat now has the official go-ahead to re-enter a market that is expanding rapidly. If flights do begin as many expect, travelers can look forward to more options and potentially lower prices. Students, tourists, families, and business flyers all have something to gain from this exciting development. The next few months will be critical as we wait to see what Air Transat's final move will be. But one thing is for sure, the potential for change is already generating a huge amount of excitement in the aviation world. This decision could very well redefine travel between Canada and Brazil for many years to come. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more travel updates.